Buckle up your senses, my friend, because in this video we're going to take a look at 12 web design award-winning layout techniques that will inspire you to take your next web design project to the next level. Let's go. Hello my friend, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian Somoza, former lead designer at MediaMonks, and I focus now on helping freelance web designers grow their businesses to be financially peaceful and creatively challenging. Now, these websites were all made in Framer, the sponsor of this video. As you watch each of these 12 websites, pause and ask yourself, which of these techniques are you going to apply to your next project? Leave your answers in the comments. I would love to know what you take away from it. And before we jump in, I have a free mini course called the Golden Canon Grid version 3.0. In this course, you will get the Golden Canon Grid together with 5 secrets to compose beautiful websites with it. Over 10,000 designers have already taken it. Grab it for free, link is in the description. Now let's dive straight into the websites. The first one is Follow Art. And what grabbed my attention was the 3D, of course, right? It looks super cool. First off, the hero, where you can see how like these images cut through the type. And it also has this animation effect on mouse move, which I found super cool. Of course, the website in itself, it looks awesome. And as you scroll, you also see more of these 3D transforms like this. You can see all sorts of 3D elements, including like the modules themselves and how they twist, but also I like the consistency of how they used this technique throughout the website. So it's not just one thing on the hero, they consistently used 3D transforms throughout the website. All right, so next one is Pantone by Vitra. Let's take a look. You will see all sorts of very engaging animations and interactions with color here. And as you scroll, you will get to a place where you will see a timeline. Now, this is a very simple technique, right? The sticky element, but I loved the way they have used it in this particular website. They used it for a timeline. And so as you can see, 19 is always sticky, and the only numbers that change for the dates are the last two, right? So they sticked the first two on the left and you get the other two on the right. So I thought it was a clever way to use a sticky element on a timeline. Now the third one is by Chudi. What I liked is that you get to click and drag on these elements and you can get these pop-ups here and see the information, and it's all done in like this Mac aesthetic. And you can even go to his Instagram by clicking on the icons for the app. He recreated the Apple or the Mac interface. So I thought that was pretty clever, and I really liked how he used the drag and drop here. Now, quick reminder, if you want to give structure to your own layouts with an unconventional grid system, make sure to download the free Golden Canon Grid. It's going to be linked below. Next is Elle Fanning Spotlight. Now, what I liked about this website is something very peculiar that you can see when you scroll past a certain article. So you have articles, and as you finish scrolling and you get to the end of one article, you can see here the title is The Sound Chalks Makes Interview. And as you scroll, the URL changed. Can you see that? And so I am changing from one article to the next just by scrolling. So that infinite scroll, my friend, I think that's awesome. And it's something that makes the website feel very intuitive, very easy to use. I just need to keep scrolling and I keep reading articles. That could also be easily applied to a web design portfolio website where you keep scrolling and you keep seeing case studies and you don't have to go back and select the next one, or even like get to the end of the screen and have to click a button to get to the next one, right? You can just keep scrolling and it's gonna change the URL and load the next one very smoothly for you. Now the next one is Form Studio, and what I liked about this website, even though it's still probably in the works, but it's this sticky effect and how gratifying it is when that image gets to hit the borders and then it scrolls away. And you can also see the showcase typography getting closer and closer, and both animations match, right? That looks awesome. And I think they did a really good job at using sticky animations. Here they kind of did this scrolling effect with the cards. So I thought, this website has very cool sticky layout and navigation effects. And even the mask here at the end that goes from white to black. Very well done. Very subtle, but very well done. The next one is Wild Week, and I thought this website looked awesome. This is like the bento layout on steroids. By the way, Wild is a very cool web design studio that I have followed for probably a decade now, and I really like what they do, and they did a fantastic job with this Greek style and this incredible animation. I don't know how they did this, but this looks stunning to me. Look at how the light changes as you move the mouse. It's not only that it reveals something underneath, but it's also changing the lighting. So you're moving the light with the mouse. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. And so many details, like this little rounded corners here, or even like here on this play button, you have this this Greek pattern that hovers in. So many little details like that on this website that look amazing. I'm not a fan of trends, if you know me, and I get tired of trends. I feel, for example, the bento grid, nowadays everyone has a bento grid, right, on some section of the website, but this website uses bento grid in a new way, and a way that I hadn't seen before. And that's when I like this type of layout techniques, when they are done with purpose, taste, and they don't look just like any other website out there. This white over white illustrations here that look almost like stone carved look amazing and really bring that Greek vibe to the website. So anyways, I'm a fan of that one. The other website I enjoyed a lot, especially some details about it, was inspired by Iceland. If we search for the Iceland flag, you will see that the Iceland flag is this, right? It has these colors, has a red and a white cross, and then it has the blue. So I especially loved how they used this hamburger menu and the flag of Iceland as a structure for the website. Very cool, and how they pushed the menu to the right, so it's not on the left, neither on the top right. It's kind of in the left corner, but it's pushed to the right. It is on the top, so you don't want to like put it in the middle of the page, right? You want to put it somewhere in the margins, but it is very clever how they used this flag grid that you can see here underneath to be able to place the hamburger menu, and how it opens up with all the colors. I really love that. And as you scroll, you will also be able to see this type of cool layouts where you don't have everything on the left or everything on the right of the menu, right? Because the menu is kind of in the middle, and you do have things on the left of the menu and things on the right. I think that's a clever way to kind of break up the space within the website and do something different, right? Break away from the typical layout. Another website that I like is this one, and especially the work section. So if we scroll, you will be able to see that here there are power lines. And what I mean by that is, if we draw a line here, right, if we mark an edge and we scroll, you will be able to see that this power line here, even though you stop seeing it, for example here, it appears again here. You stop seeing it here, but it appears again here. What I mean appear is like there's an element aligned to it from time to time. And so that is what I call a power line. And I think it helps a lot to clarify and give consistency to the layout. Take a look at the power line without this edge. See how subtle it is, but it brings all of the elements of the whole scroll together, and it makes the layout feel much more intentional than if you're constantly switching edges. The next technique is from this website, Etienne Studio. And what I enjoyed about this website is this unconventional image grid. What makes it unconventional is that even though every image has the same width, they all have a different height. How do they achieve that? Well, they set the height to fit, and they set the width to the certain width of the column, right? And so every image has the same width because they share the same column size, but they all have a different height because of the proportion the image was created in. And it creates this dynamism between the images that if you normalize all of the images and they all look the same size, it would be super boring to look at. So this makes the grid much more enjoyable to look at, and it helps separate one image from the next. Now, the next technique I would like to share comes from Super Local Design. It's a design conference, and what I liked about this design is that they alternate a lot between full bleed with color and shapes, to just type for a moment, to just image for a moment, to huge type that has nothing to say, right? Just ornamental. To image and type, type and logos. So you never get bored of scrolling through this website. Here you just see text, right? No images, no colors, no shapes to distract you, because the focus of this module is to look at the information, but then they show you a full bleed image or video actually, which is even better. So I love how this website alternates between image, text, shapes, colors to keep the attention of the users and to make every module strategic based on it, right? So that if it's a functional module, you can have only type, but then if it's a visual module, you have only images, right? And then you have a mixture of both things as well. And the last thing that it's a bonus from this website that I enjoyed is this drag and drop that uses gravity. So I think that's a very clever way to use it. It brings some fun to the website for sure. The next website that I would like to share, and the next technique, is using huge type with simple overlaps. And this website does it really well. This website has some type of a demo of this product, which is very interesting to me. I have never seen something like this before. And so you can basically use the product here by just tapping and click and drag, and you just start playing around. This one side of the day. And what I love the most about this one is basically the huge type with the simple overlap. As you scroll, you will always see the product, but there's from time to time things that go underneath the product, so that the product is always at the forefront. And I don't know, it's just very beautiful to have this huge type with the product on top of it. By the way, when you do these overlaps, make sure that you're not putting something underneath that is really important for the user to read. So begin mindfulness. You can read it if you want, right? But if someone doesn't read that, it's not the end of the world. And you could also, one thing I like to do in this cases is sometimes repeat what has been said here somewhere else in a smaller size that can be seen and it's not overlapped. But bear that in mind, but I really like this technique. And last but not least is this website from Igor. And what I loved about this layout technique is the mosaic balance. I hope I said that right. So mosaic balance means there's so many things in so many places that there's not really a clear, distinct layout or a clear grid, but still things feel orderly because there's so many things on the page, right? It's like there's a balance because there's an overwhelming amount of visual information. And I think this is super cool. And by the way, even though there's a bit of chaos here, you still have huge type to title the page, right? You can see Igor and you can see his name kind of like all over the place, but you can see it. And you do have the conventional menu on the top, which I always recommend. Do a conventional menu. Don't be unconventional with the menu. Always place it in a place where it's visible and where people are going to look at it, so that you make sure that people find their way through your website. And look at how this website responds in responsive. I love how it accommodates to any size, even like mobile. They took the time to position the layers in a way that you could still see the website. So I love how they solved this website and how unique the style is. This style, by the way, if you want to look at more designs with this style, this is a David Carson style for sure. If you take a look at his work, you will see that David Carson used to do this type of grunge designs like this. Right? So very, very cool use of this chaotic balance, if you will, or mosaic balance. So if you're feeling inspired and you're thinking of using Framer for your next website, make sure to use my coupon code for a free month of Framer Pro. And remember to grab the Golden Canon Grid free mini course below as well. That's it for today, guys. I really hope you found this useful, and as always, let's bridge the gap one pixel at a time.